So look at Stetson Jorgensen from Blackfoot, Idaho at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. He had a great trip to the Wrangler NFR, and so much of it due to that horse he's riding. That's a mare named Mabel. She came off the racetrack and into the rodeo arena, and for the last 2 years has been considered one of the top 3 horses in professional rodeo. I think she was the best horse at the NFR this year in the bulldogging. Stetson Jorgensen has the pleasure of riding a great horse. It's owned by a gentleman named Garrett Henry, who's a rancher from 88 Ranch Performance Horses out of the great state of Wyoming. We have the pleasure of visiting with both of them this afternoon on Western Sports Roundup. Garrett, Stetson, welcome to Western Sports Roundup.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here, guys. Stetson, let me start with you. You won first and second in the world standings. You won first and second in the average on Mabel. How good was she at the National Finals Rodeo?
Oh, man, words don't describe how well she worked at the finals. She worked super solid all 10 rounds, and I think when Jacob got on her around 6, it just made her even more stronger. And the way she's running and her goes and where she's scoring, it was just, she worked amazing.
Garrett, you actually own Mabel. Tell me the story of you getting your hands on this former racehorse that's now a great bulldogging horse.
No, we raise a lot of horses, and we went down to the heritage sale. We usually go about every year in the winter, and we went down and bought her at the, for one, a broodmare prospect because she's pretty darn well bred, but also a steer wrestling prospect. And we ranched on her for several years and headed and hazed on her, and she just kind of naturally progressed right to the steer wrestling side. We sell a lot of horses, and I sold the steer wrestling horse I was riding, and so she was up, I guess, that summer. And so I think we run 5 steers on her before we started hauling her, and she's just been supernatural. But without Stetson giving her such a chance to be a superstar, he's taken her to a whole new level. So it's been a dream come true to watch all this unfold.
Do you remember, Stetson, the very first steer you ran on her?
Yeah, I did. I was right in there in his barn. I think I got done, and I looked at Garrett, and I says, oh, wow. If she gives me goals like that every time, we're going to win a lot of money together. And it showed.
Garrett, tell me about her very first run with you.
Well, like I said, it was right in the middle of the summer rodeos that we were entered in, and I'd sold a steer wrestling horse that I had, a gray mare, and I didn't have anything, so she was actually the horse we were hauling the haze on. And Paige McIntyre, the kid that I was traveling with, I said, well, we better run some steers on this mare because that's what I got the bulldog on the rest of the summer. So we went home and we ran a few steers on her a couple different days, and she was just easy. She felt good. She has always been good in the box, but was just strong in the field, and so I was confident in taking her. And that first run, we took her to Cody, and I mean she performed flawlessly and has just been good ever since.
Let's talk about the National Finals Rodeo. Jacob Edler gets on Mabel in go round number 6. Stetson, was there any hesitation at all? I mean, it just seemed to work so naturally for Jacob to ride that horse. The first night he rides her at the NFR, you and he are both 3-3, split the round, fastest run of the rodeo. That was quite a night for you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it dang sure was. Yeah, having Jacob on Mabel, we started around 6 there. It was. I wanted somebody to ride her actually all 10 days, and when he asked, there was no hesitation at all. But, like I said before, 2 guys on her at the finals, I think she works better, gets her ball and pumping a little bit more, and us being a 3-3 together on that first night, him getting on her was just amazing.
The thing that was great about her, Garrett, I don't know where you were, if you were in Dallas or Arlington, or if you were home in Wyoming watching all this happen, but what are you thinking as Stetson makes consistent run after consistent run, night after night? He and Jacob are all of a sudden sitting 1-2 in the world, 1-2 in the average on your horse. What are you thinking?
Oh, well, I mean, for anybody that wants to own good horses, it was a dream come true. It was surreal. It was, we believed in her. Stetson's always believed in her, but to actually see what we thought of how good she was to actually come true was awesome. I mean, I can't think anybody that doesn't enjoy owning horses, no matter what it is, wouldn't enjoy to experience something like that. And we were just blessed beyond belief to be there. It was cool. It really was. She proved that she was the best in the world that week for sure. So.
When it came time to buy her, she was a 3-year-old. She's by First Down Dash. Her registered name is Patrionic. She's by a mare named Patrionic that actually won 3 out of 5 starts. Tell me about what stuck out to this horse. What was it that made you think, okay, I'm going to spend $15,000 and buy this horse?
You know, she was the right size. She was made right. You know, we try to buy racehorses that are kind of smaller and more compact and that can really run in the arena, and she just fit that bill. I watched some of her races, and she didn't necessarily win a lot of those long races, but there wasn't anything that beat her out of the gates. And so, you know, for a steer wrestler, you want to get your feet on the ground fast, and that's exactly what she looked like when she was in those starting gates. There's nothing that ever beat her out of the gates in any of her races. So when I watched those videos, I thought, we got to try to own her, and we were lucky enough to get her bought.
Patriotic Dash is Mabel's registered name. I kind of stumbled over that. Stetson, when you're leaving the box, what does she do? What is it that she does that makes it possible for you guys to be as fast as you are consistently?
Yeah, with fast starts like that, I put a little bit lighter bit in her mouth, and so she pulls on it a little bit more. And her first movement is down and forward, which that start, it's super crucial. Just like Garrett said, to get our feet on the ground as fast as we can, and then it's just a dog contest there. She gets to there before me, so it makes it easy.
Garrett, you bought the horse. You bought Mabel. And the day of the sale, somebody walked up and offered you more than you just paid for Mabel. There's a funny story on the AQHA's website. And you told the AQHA, the man said, son, you better cock your hammer if you're going to bulldog off that horse. Turned out he was pretty prophetic. He knew what he was talking about.
He did, yeah. I think he wanted to buy her pretty bad for his daughter to run barrels on. And I don't know I wish I would be able to find that guy just to visit with him again. But he dang sure let us know that you better have your hammer cocked if you're going to try to crawl off her, because I don't think he believed that there was too many guys that could do it, but he didn't realize where she was headed. She was headed straight to the top.
Tell me, Garrett, before I let you guys go, tell me about your relationship with Stetson. How did you get partnered up with him? How did he end up having a chance to ride Mabel at these rodeos?
Stetson, he's always been a good friend. We met going to some circuit rodeos, and he wanted to come out and practice. We have an indoor barn where we can ride all winter long, and he said he'd come out and practice and help us calf effort. And he's spent quite a bit of time out here, and he won't ever let me pay him a dime. He works hard and has really just become an amazing friend. And to calve hundreds of head of the heifers out and not even ask for a dime, I thought, what, this is my chance to pay him back. And I could see Stetson every year was just winning more and more and more. And when I had a chance, I was getting busy with other life stuff, and I knew I wasn't going to get to really haul Mabel, and Stetson needed something to haul the next year, and it just seemed like it was all coming together like it was meant to be. And so I asked him, I said, this mare's green, but I have, of all the steer wrestling horses I've ridden, I know that this mare's special, and if you're willing to take a chance on her, I think you could do really well on her. And he dang sure did take a chance on her, because I think there was a lot of people thought he was kind of crazy trying to go make the NFR on a green horse. But, all those people that were questioning him at first pretty soon were asking if he could get on her. So yeah. he dang sure proved to everybody that she was a pretty special mare for sure. And he dang sure gave her a big chance.
Garrett, since you did that, Mabel's been third and second in the Horse of the Year voting the last 2 years. I think, Stetson, I know you're not going to argue with me on this, and we're out of time, but I think she was the best horse at the National Finals Rodeo on the Bulldogging last year.
By far, yes, sir.
Yeah. Guys, thank you. I appreciate it. Stetson Jorgensen, good luck down the road. We'll see you somewhere soon.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Garrett Henry from 88 Ranch Performance Horses in Wyoming, thank you.
Thank you.
Stetson Jorgensen, Garrett Henry, talking about Mabel on Western Sports Roundup. Thanks to Becky Newell of the American Quarter Horse Association for that story. American Quarter Horse Journal provided us with a lot of the background information there. The Mabel story courtesy of the American Quarter Horse Journal. From racetrack to rodeo, and one of the most successful steer wrestling horses going up and down the road right now. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Janie and I will highlight your Kubota top 3 next on Western Sports Roundup.